very latest weekend headlines. It's the ITV News.
Good afternoon, I'm Charlie Frost. Donald Trump says the US has captured Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro. It's after America launched large-scale strikes on the country with a series of explosions near military sites in and around the capital, Caracas. President Trump said Maduro and his wife have been flown out of Venezuela. Later, America's Attorney General Pam Bondi said Maduro would face drug and terrorism charges after an indictment in New York. Rosie Dowsing has the latest.
Venezuelans this morning woke to the sounds of their capital under attack and news of their president gone. Good morning to the people of Venezuela, says the Interior Minister. We are here in the capital city, Caracas, after assessing the damage caused by the criminal attack, the terrorist attack against our people, against our homeland, against our electrical facilities, against the Bolivarian Revolution. A state of emergency was declared as plumes of smoke from a series of 7 explosions rose into the skies, and many parts of Caracas were without power. In a statement, the Venezuelan government blamed US aggression and called for mobilization for people to take to the streets. Meanwhile, on social media, President Trump said the United States of America has successfully carried out a large-scale strike against Venezuela and its leader, President Nicolas Maduro, who has been, along with his wife, captured and flown out of the country. One president forcibly removed by another, a move few were expecting, yet it came as no shock amid rising tensions. The US has long claimed Maduro was leading a drugs trafficking operation, which he denied, but now the US Attorney General has announced the captured president has been indicted, charged with narco-terrorism conspiracy. He'll face the American court system. Back here, a refusal from the Prime Minister to condemn the move until he's heard from the President himself.
Well, I want to establish the facts first. I want to speak to President Trump. I want to speak to allies. As I say, I can be absolutely clear that we were not involved in that. And as you know, I always say and believe we should all uphold international law.
A fast-moving situation across borders. The number of fatalities from the explosions is not yet known, or indeed who will run the country next. Rosie Dowsing, ITV News.
Authorities in Switzerland have identified the first 4 victims of the devastating fire that ripped through a bar in the Swiss Alps on New Year's Eve. Police have confirmed the bodies of 2 Swiss women and 2 Swiss men have been returned to their families. The blaze at the ski resort killed 40 people and injured 119 others. For the families of those still missing, the agonising wait for information continues. Amy Lewis sent this from Switzerland.
So many people have been coming and laying flowers that they've actually erected a structure for them overnight and for the candles. And behind me is the scene, the bar, of course, where the fire took place in the early hours of New Year's Day. That still is behind a police cordon. Well, this morning the police here have confirmed that they have managed to identify 4 of the victims. We know, of course, that around 40 people died here. Now, the 4 that they have identified, they've said that they are all Swiss, all young people, 2 men, 2 women, all aged between 21 and 16. They've not given their names and released any images at this stage. Well, the police investigation at the moment is focused on the safety that was or wasn't in place at the time of the fire inside the bar. Now, later on today, there will be church services held here, one's taking place this evening here. And then on Friday, there will also be a ceremony, and that will be a moment of national mourning. But as I said, people coming here throughout the morning and continually laying flowers as a mark of respect for those who have died or are injured.
Here, emergency services are searching for a 3rd person after 2 bodies were pulled from the sea at Withering Sea in East Yorkshire. Witnesses say a teenage girl was swept into the sea by a wave and a number of people tried to rescue her. Humberside police have confirmed 2 bodies were recovered from the water yesterday, including a 67-year-old man. A recruitment drive is underway for thousands of new magistrates across England and Wales. The Ministry of Justice says it wants at least 2,000 to be trained by April next year. It's part of the government's efforts to reduce the court's backlog and speed up justice for victims. And travellers have been urged to plan ahead this weekend as snow and ice are expected to cause travel disruption. Most of Scotland is under Met Office yellow and amber warnings, with yellow warnings for Wales, the West Country and England's North Sea coast. Finally, Luke Littler is looking to become the first man in a decade to win back-to-back World Darts Championships.
He's so prolific on doubles in the match. And he pins sorts, and Luke Littler is in yet another World Championship final.
The 18-year-old breezed past Ryan Searle 6-1 on the Alexandra Palace stage last night. He'll face off against Dutchman Guy-Jan van Veen later, who beat 2-time champion Gary Anderson to book his place in the final. Littler and Van Veen previously played each other in November 2024 in the World Youth Championship, with Littler taking the title. Well, that's all for the moment. Samina will be here with all the latest at 4 o'clock. Until then, have a lovely afternoon.